Nissan.
Welcome to New Jersey, where the Cowboys are spending the night ahead of Sunday's game at the Giants. Only 4 weeks remain now in the regular season. The playoff race tight in both conferences. But unfortunately, the #1 storyline once again in the NFL is COVID-19. And welcome into Free For All. I'm Jeff Kolb. COVID-19 is causing chaos right now across the NFL. The league has been forced now to postpone 3 games this weekend. Some teams will be taking the field here in Week 15 with their head coach or their starting quarterback missing in COVID protocol. These Cowboys, an example today of just how fluid this situation is. On Friday, Dallas cleared its COVID list, but this afternoon, the Cowboys had to add 2 new players back on their virus list. Defensive tackles Tristan Hill and Osa Odigizua. Neither made the trip here to play on Sunday. Now, not to diminish the impact those 2 guys could have, but just imagine for a minute if the 2 names were Micah Parsons and Dak Prescott. Simply put, this is the first time the pandemic has really challenged the viability and the legitimacy of finishing this 2021 NFL season. What a difference we've seen in just a week. Last Saturday night at this time in Washington, Cowboys players were roaming the hotel, signing autographs, exploring the area. None of that tonight. Because of enhanced COVID protocols, the players have to stay in their rooms and cannot have any visitors. These are shakier times in the world, and the NFL is not immune to that. All America's team can do now is try to stay as safe as possible and hope this virus doesn't derail their pursuit of a 6th world title.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think worrying necessarily helps you. It's going to just give you anxiety and make you focus on something you can't control. So we have to do the best that we can, and obviously social distancing at a certain time with the people that are close contact, and wearing our masks as much as possible, and yeah, using the whole hand sanitizer deal and washing our hands. So I mean, it's not necessarily, we can't bog ourselves down in our minds with trying not to get something that nobody has an answer to.
New York not as lucky as Dallas in the COVID department this week. 9 Giants were on the virus list as of Friday. Before COVID stole back the spotlight, the original top storyline for the Cowboys this week was what's up with Dak Prescott? Can he get back on track? Last Sunday, Dallas's $40 million a year quarterback nearly threw away a 24-point lead against Washington. This week, everyone seemed to have their chance to weigh in on if Dak's in a slump or not. Mike McCarthy said he doesn't think it's a slump. Jerry Jones said it's probably fair to call it a slump. As for the man himself,
I wouldn't say it's slump material, but definitely not up to my standard expectation. But I do realize I'm not playing my best ball, haven't been playing it, have made some poor decisions, I guess you can say.
On Thursday, Prescott admitted he's heard the critics and been motivated by their noise.
I'm glad that that's the way that the people feel, and there's a lot of that being said right now. Yeah, I'd be lying if I said I didn't hear.
Since returning from his calf injury, Prescott has posted just 8 touchdowns against 6 interceptions. But Dak insists he's 100% healthy. The calf is not the issue. More at the heart of the problem, an approach by opposing defenses to take away Dak's deep ball.
They're staying back, they're keeping the cap on things and making us be patient and making me particularly be patient in my decision making.
Scoring more in the red zone is a big focus. Dallas was just 1 of 6 in the red area against Washington. In Amari Cooper's mind, it's on the receivers to simply do better.
Yeah, I think it's just as simple as that. Like if my name is called, I'm the first read on the play, I have to go win. So that can feel comfortable throwing me the ball, and I can score, and that goes for everybody else.
On the other side of the ball, rookie linebacker Micah Parsons is in anything but a slump. With 9.5 sacks in his last 6 games, he's now legitimately making a case to win NFL Defensive Player of the Year. Only 1 rookie has ever won that award, Giants Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor. When asked about being compared to LT this week, Parsons said he was honored, but not on that level yet, with just 12 career sacks under his belt.
I mean, he had 142, so I have 130 more sacks to go before we can start saying, yeah, that was LT. So let's just chill and, keep enjoying the work that I got to keep putting in to get there.
Still, Parsons is having an all-time rookie season. Despite not focusing on only rushing the passer, Parsons is just 4 sacks off the league lead. he ranks second in the NFL in pressures, ahead of Pro Bowlers Myles Garrett and TJ Watt. And with his dozen sacks, Parsons needs just 2.5 more to tie the NFL rookie record, held by Javon Curse, the uncle of current Cowboys safety Jaron Curse.
It's hard to believe it won't be broken, being that we got 4 games left. Me knowing Micah is probably going to get broken.
Dallas's defense won't be seeing the same Giants offense they faced in Week 5, when the Cowboys beat the G-Men 44-10. Since then, New York has fired former Cowboys head coach Jason Garrett, who was the team's offensive coordinator. Starting quarterback Daniel Jones is out this weekend with a neck injury. Mike Glennon is now expected to fill in at quarterback against this scary Cowboys defense that's only given up more than 20 points once in the last 5 games and now has 20 interceptions, double the team's total from 2020. The Cowboys are now on the brink of making the playoffs for the first time since 2018, but Dallas's second-year head coach is sticking with his rule, no P word, until the team hits double-digit wins. Right now, Dallas is sitting on 9.
Reached the time of year when the league starts putting out playoff scenarios and clinching formulas.
I hate to cut you off with great respect. We can't talk about that till next week. We have to get to 10 wins, right? All right. So it's not a guarantee. I'm just saying, when we get to 10 wins, we can talk about it.
I mean, how can we talk about the playoffs when we're not even in the playoffs yet? We got to get in there first.
Now, there is a way for the Cowboys to clinch the NFC East here in Week 15. Here's the recipe. The Cowboys need a win on Sunday against the Giants, and for Philadelphia to either beat or tie with Washington. That game will now be played on Monday afternoon, one of the 3 games postponed this week by the NFL because of COVID. If there was ever a time for Dak Prescott to find his groove, this is it. The Cowboys QB is 8-0 against the G-Men since his rookie season. It's a noon kickoff here on Fox 4 Sunday from the Meadowlands. I'll have your full Cowboys-Giants postgame wrap on Free For All Sunday night at 10. In Jersey City, I'm Jeff Kolb, Fox 4 Sports. What did we think heading into this season? That if this defense could just be above average even, these Cowboys had a chance to be special, Super Bowl special. Well, as it obviously turns out, these Cowboys, this defense is much more than just above average. No unit in the NFL is better at giving the ball back to its quarterback. The only problem right now, that quarterback can't do anything with it. In his last 2 games, Dak Prescott has just 2 touchdowns to go with 3 turnovers. And after this game, when Dallas scored just 21 points, despite forcing 4 turnovers, Dak's demeanor matched the performance. This slump is clearly weighing on him. You can see that. He basically said how conflicted he felt in his post-game press conference, wanting to celebrate the win, but knowing this was another bad day for the passing game. If you watched this first half, you saw the emphasis the Cowboys put on running the ball. It felt like they were setting up the deep ball, the play action, but that never materialized. And not only that, but there were times it felt clearly like this coaching staff took the ball out of Dak's hands. Early second quarter, 3rd and 7 in the red zone. Instead of taking an end zone shot with Dak, a curious run call with Zeke, leading to a field goal. Then end of the first half, another red zone chance with 8 seconds left. McCarthy could have called timeout, taken a shot with Dak. Instead, let the clock roll to 3, timeout, field goal. The defense right now isn't just carrying this offense, they're trying to motivate it. On Saturday, Tank Lawrence initiated a rolling bet with Dak between the offense and defense. After this game, as you can imagine, the offense's pockets feeling a little bit lighter. The bottom line is this. So many of the question marks we had for this team heading into this season feel like they've been answered. But if the most important player on America's team can't figure it out, America's team is in some real trouble. Dak Prescott has overcome more than most. So if there's anyone who can tackle this, my money is on number 4. Reporting at MetLife Stadium, I'm Jeff Kolb, Fox 4 Sports. How's this for a rap sheet? 31 takeaways, 23 interceptions, 4 turnovers forced in each of the last 3 games. That resume, folks, belongs to your Dallas Cowboys. Now, I get it. This isn't the same Cowboys defense we saw back in 2020. Micah Parsons, Dan Quinn, they've made a world of difference. But still, it was just last season that Mike McCarthy's Cowboys gave up more points than any Dallas team ever has. And now, just one season later, they're arguably the best defense in the entire NFL.
We're the best defense, for sure.
Trayvon Diggs has walked the walk. Sunday's interception, his 10th. That's best in the NFL. But on a quiet day for rookie sensation Micah Parsons, no sacks, just one tackle. It was the veteran, DeMarcus Lawrence, headlining for Dan Quinn's band of quarterback bashers, causing 2 turnovers that led to 10 points and showing just how dangerous he can be when he's not the only pass rusher teams have to defend against.
When you have the type of athletes that we have on our side of the ball, you have to take advantage of your opportunities.
He's a great player, you know, and we really missed him.
Even while sidelined for months with a broken foot, Lawrence's leadership never went missing.
Last year, he was like a leader, but this year he's like really a leader.
I took a step back, you know, build my camaraderie with my guys to know I'm one-on-one.
You know, it's on him for him to keep us straight, him being here for so long and just seeing everything that, you know, they had in the past.
All the guys on our, you know, team, especially themselves as the individual, but, you know, when we get together and lock in as a unit, we even more than special.
As for Dak Prescott's slump, it lives on. A pedestrian 217 yards, 1 touchdown, and a lost fumble. Prescott's now failed to top 300 passing yards in 6 of his last 7 games, and afterwards wrestled with his obligation to celebrate the win and his disappointment about only leading the offense to 21 points on a day when his defense forced those 4 turnovers.
Definitely frustrating. As I said, the defense is doing a great job giving us the ball in plus territory, and we've got to find a way to get in the end zone. Simple as that.
What's not simple at all? COVID. That's a much greater variable to the future of this Cowboys season than Dak Prescott's slump.
You can do a lot of things to try not to get it, but you know, I felt I was one of those individuals, and it still got me.
I feel like every guy in that locker room is taking it serious at this point, and I know it's going to be a little iffy because of, you know, a lot of things change, but it's all about, you know, holding together and, you know, focusing on our goal at hand.
Even if the Cowboys do everything right, they obviously can't control how healthy their next opponent is, and that will be Washington next Sunday night, a team that placed 22 different players on its COVID list over just the last 2 weeks. Reporting at MetLife Stadium, I'm Jeff Kolb, Fox 4 Sports.